Hello and welcome to Prompt Engineering for ChatGPT. Now in this section, we're going to take a deep dive into prompt engineering and explain exactly what that is, how we can leverage prompt engineering to get better responses from ChatGPT, and how we can take it to the next level. I'm going to be covering 5 steps to improve your prompts and engineer them in a way that will give you exactly the responses that you're after from ChatGPT. So you might be wondering, what exactly is prompt engineering? Now, prompt engineering, as the name suggests, is the ability to engineer a prompt. But now, you might be thinking, what is there to engineer with a prompt? And here's where we date back to normal human conversations and interactions and the skill of asking the right questions. So a skill that has gone under the radar is asking the right questions, and that's how you make sure that you get the right answers from human interactions. But now when we take it into an AI, it's even more important because an AI doesn't have that human touch to be able to understand exactly what you're after unless you provide a very specific prompt. So what we're going to do is take a look at 5 ways that you can improve your prompt to get the best results out of ChatGPT. And we're going to go ahead and start with the first one, and that is being clear and concise. What you want to do is make sure that your prompt is easy to understand. You want to make sure that it's very clear, easy for someone to understand, and eliminate unnecessary facts, information from your prompt. This is the part where you really want to hone in on the keywords and explain to ChatGPT what you want to achieve from the response. So if we go back into ChatGPT and we go back to the creative writing piece where we wanted to write a short story about a boy who lived down the road. Now, while this is short and say concise, I wouldn't say that it's very clear what we're after. It just says we want a story about a boy who lived down the road. I'm sure that there are a lot more details that you want in the story that you haven't explained to ChatGPT if you provide a prompt like this. Now, to get more out of this story, I want to provide a bit more information and be very clear to ChatGPT in explaining what I want out of this. So I give a little bit of context and explain that he struggles traveling up this road to perform simple errands, and he only has one 3-year-old sibling and is very lazy. Now, the important part about being clear regarding what I want to achieve out of this response is letting ChatGPT know that I want it to be 3 paragraphs long and in the tone of a children's book. Now that's super important because if I didn't include that, it doesn't know what tone to write it in. It could make it a novel, it could make it an adult novel, it could even turn it into a short script. But because I've explicitly mentioned I want a short story in the tone of a children's book, when we go ahead and hit enter, it writes it like a children's book. There was once a boy named Timmy who lived down the long road. And you can have a look at this and try a bunch of different prompts, and you'll notice the difference when you start to be more specific with ChatGPT. So I gave it some facts about the boy's family, where he lived, the tasks that he had to perform in the day. But if I was to provide information that was completely irrelevant to this long road, then we would probably end up with a response that we weren't after. So with prompt engineering, make sure the first thing is that you are clear and concise when you're providing your prompt.